we seem to talk about anymore is the amazing things God is doing through humble, untrained laymen who are winning their neighbors, their friends, their business associates, even their kids to Christ.
Amen.
Well, I've even heard you talking in your sleep about this simple little round plastic disc, which is called the DVD.
That's probably because this project is a lot more complex than it appears. Last year's offering covered the initial development of this DVD technology and established funding for the production of the New Beginning DVDs in 22 languages.
The ASI DVD project has proven itself to be a powerful evangelistic tool, and thousands have come to Christ.
Even in its first year development cycle, it surprised and captivated the attention of our church leaders. More importantly, the ASI DVD project has focused this church on its mission. Ministries that have never worked together before are now working side by side in unity, combining their strengths and talents, thanks to your vision.
Our message needs to be seen by each culture we present it to as a message for them. Adapting our methods to fit the local culture is important, whether we're working overseas or right here at home.
These are the first sermons that have ever really been written for lay people.
Anyone that can plug in a VCR can basically run the DVD.
This is a special project, and Satan would love to disrupt it at this point.
What do you do when the Lord says, go? You say, yes, sir, and you go.
This really is a worldwide work.
This equipment will be used over and over and over.
This project, like no other before, is changing lives, producing solid Adventists.
Hey, we're saying that any layperson can use this.
Who better than the ASI officers to test this new technology? Our trip to the Philippines was a real eye-opener.
You should know there's a reason that no other church in the world is using DVDs for evangelism, especially like we are. DVDs aren't supposed to be able to do what ASI has taught them to do. In a moment, we'll take you behind the scenes.
We're going to introduce you to the challenges and thrills of this project.
We want to provide you with a glimpse into the future by showing you what's transpired this past year as the project has unfolded. We want to introduce you to a few of our own remarkable DVD pioneers. I guarantee you, what you're about to see is inspiring.
I was downright scared as I boarded the plane headed to Manila. Like the rest of our team, I had a little bit more than just butterflies in my stomach, and rightly so.
When the offering was collected last year, we knew we had a lot of research and development to do, but we were confident that the DVD technology would mature. And it did, with only 15 minutes to spare.
The DVD was still in production and being tested when we arrived and began setting up for the meetings.
The first DVDs were shipped counter to counter, and they arrived in the Philippines just in time for the ASI officers to use them.
And it worked, much to everyone's relief. But there were so many sites that we couldn't supply DVD equipment to every site. So we did some tests, and in the tests we found out the graphics have holding power, and the sites that had the graphic package had 10 times the attendance of the ones that didn't. And you know, as a business person, I'm always interested in if I can get those odds, that's great odds. Everybody took notes of what they liked and didn't like as they did the crusades. Then we compiled those notes and brought it back, and we worked with Advent Digital Media to make those changes. And on top of that, Mark Finley, one of our international evangelists, along with Don Gray and Royce Williams and a group of lay people, got together and put the finishing touches on this.
The DVD sermons are Christ-centered, they're biblically sound, they're culturally sensitive, they are spirit-inspired and power-packed.
And you know what's really great? Our college students at our colleges around the United States are beginning to help us by completing evangelistic art assignments as part of their coursework.
Well, it's very exciting to be part of evangelism. I've never done it before. I heard the other day about how these slides were shown in Papua New Guinea, and that the crowd there was just huge. And I get shivers thinking about the work that I put into it, which wasn't much, but it still made a difference.
One of the graphic artists working on this project volunteered to help me with our Voice of Prophecy Discover Bible School graduation, which we just conducted June 15, our largest ever in our history, in Mwanza, Tanzania, at the launch of Christ 2001. Well, ASI played the key role in this satellite joint venture by making available the stunning graphics being developed for this DVD project. As I went out onto the stage that opening night to greet 500,000 graduates and to paint a picture of Jesus, there on the great big giant screen behind me, I can't describe my emotions. I saw Jesus with his arm around me. Let me tell you, these graphics are powerful. And then as I handed the baton to Elder Jerry Potzer, and he preached the rest of the meetings with 17 excited translators every night, they were electrified by the culturalized graphics and eagerly await these evangelism tools in their own language suited to their culture. Our real challenge now is to place these DVD tools into the hands of our brothers and sisters who can't afford it, but who will use them.
Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling. Calling all sinners.
The Oregon Men's Chorus delivered 37 of these units to the local African ministers at the end of Jerry's series of meetings.
Imagine what it's like. The villagers have never seen videos before. The people all come out, the generator starts, and there on the side of the cheese hut, they watch the DVD sermons and they accept Jesus for the very first time. I preached in Africa for over 20 years, and I've always been embarrassed. I've always had to apologize for the non-culturalized graphics, but no more. ASI, you're on to something good.
God's people have always been the few. But we're inviting you today to come and be a part of that few.
The results of this joint venture, spearheaded by the North Pacific Union, are beyond anything we could have possibly comprehended. To date, nearly 50,000 people in Africa alone have been baptized.
And the graphics have been used in Papua New Guinea, in our major evangelistic series there. We have seen tens of thousands come to Christ around the world with these culturally sensitive graphics.
The language sets that are currently in production are English, French, and Swahili for Africa, and Spanish and Portuguese for the Hispanics.
In just a few weeks, I go to Venezuela to join a nationwide evangelistic blitz of every major city in the country. But each team will be using these latest state-of-the-art cutting-edge tools developed by ASI.
The Asian and Eastern Indian languages will follow, and we just got word from China. The Chinese script is finished. Imagine what a blessing this will be to the members in China, how it will unite our message and work in places where there's religious persecution.
Our real challenge now is to place these DVD tools into the hands of our brothers and sisters who can't afford it. But let me tell you, they will use them.
You know, Donna, it's always been our dream and our prayer that this project will become so large that no human could take credit for it. And I believe that is happening. I believe the Lord is blessing this project abundantly and bigger than we ever could dream. And it's all because of our ASI family, and the generous support that they have given has made it to where millions are going to hear this gospel message, so we're going to be able to go home very soon.